today we're making Sinigang na Baboy, or Sinigang and pork. I think Sinigang is sour stew. Sinigang is sour stew. Na Baboy means and pork. So sour stew and pork, or Sinigang na Baboy. Alright, so first we're just preparing the pork. And just cutting this into pieces to put into the stew to start cooking it away. So it's actually made sour by tamarind juice, and we're actually going to use some calamansi and tamarind juice today to make it sour. So I'm just putting this in a bowl here, as you can see. I've got to then wash it, make sure it's clean before we put it in our boiling water. And I'll stop the video, let the pork boil away and start stirring away, and I'm going to wash this now. And then whilst the pork's boiling away and washing away, I will do the onions. I've got to chop the onions into, or dice the onions, not dice, maybe slice the onions. Yeah, so I'm going to slice the onions into slithers and put that in there as well. Alright, so I've washed my pork. That will go in my boiling water, and my pot's just about ready to start boiling. I will wait until it's ready. So I'm going to stop the video now, clean my knife, clean my cutting board, and then we're going to do the next round, which is the onion. Okay, so now I've got an onion here. Doesn't look very good, but it is a good onion. So I'm just going to cut these bits off and peel a layer off, and then I'm going to slice the onion up. Oh, there, that looks better. Peel this outer layer off, throw that away over there. Yeah. Right, now slice this onion up, and like that. Use a knife, thin slices. Really, half an onion is more than enough. But seeing I've cut a whole onion, we're actually going to use a whole onion. So yeah, some of these are a bit big pieces. Maybe I cut this piece in half a little bit without cutting my fingers off. Okay. So the onion and the pork go in early because they take the longest to cook. And then the other vegetables, we have okra, we have aubergine for the British, or eggplant for the rest of the world. I call it eggplant. The British people call it aubergine. But yeah, eggplant, aubergine. We have tomatoes. We're going to put tomatoes in it. We have okra. Okra's going to go in it. And down here we have string beans. We're going to put string beans in it. And to make it a little bit spicy, we're going to put some chilies in it as well. So it's going to be spicy sinigang. And as I said, tamarind juice and calamansi juice to make it a little bit sour. So it's sinigang is sour stew. So we need the tamarind and the calamansi to make it sour. Right, so here's my onion. It's going to go in the pot in a minute. Let me put the onion in the pot, and then I'll give you a quick video of how the pot's looking at the moment, and then pause it until the here you can see is the pot boiling away. Well, it's actually not boiling at the moment because I just put the onions in, but we have the pork in there is boiling, and we have the onions that are going to stay in there. So that's going to stay for 30 minutes before we put the next round of vegetables in. So I'm not going to add anything more. I'm not going to do anything more. I'm just going to actually pause this video for 30 more minutes, and I'll see you in half an hour. So while that's boiling away, we're going to prepare our eggplant. And I've washed all these, so the eggplant has been freshly washed. And we cut them into thirds. Cut the little tail off. And there you go. Okay. And a couple more. Let's just do another two eggplants. Yeah. They cook down really nice, these eggplants. Attack of the killer camcorder. My goodness. Even the video is so keen to eat this sinigang that it won't stay still. Now it's all crooked and bent. Wow, how was that for an experience? It actually went flying into the food. Let me, tripod's not the best tripod for this. I think I need next time I try to do a cooking thing, I need to find a better tripod. Come back here, eggplant. I might give them another bit of a wash. Wash down the board again. Okay, now the tomatoes turn. Take the little heart out of the tomato. Bye bye eye. Again, the tomato's been washed nice and clean. Tomato I'm just going to cut into quarters and then just down the middle, just like that. Yeah. So cut out the little bit in the middle. Everybody's going to tell me I'm handling the knife wrong, I'm cooking the vegetables wrong, I'm cutting them wrong. Anyhow, it's the way it is. This is my version of sinigang. And some people are probably going to say, you don't put tomatoes in sinigang. You don't put, well, I was going to put actually winter melon in sinigang because I really like winter melon, but I'm not going to because we have so much vegetables. Just let me get that little heart out. So cut this into quarters like that, bang bang, and cut it in again. Yep, there it goes. Okay, wow. Actually, that's probably enough tomato. Right, now, 5 points if you can guess what these are. Of course they are, okra. Yep, and we'll cut them into two by two. Keep them friendly, keep them in pairs. Yeah, just cut them in half. Nice okra there. And we're going to have more than enough vegetables in this. This is going to be quite healthy. Okra, tomato, eggplant, string beans, and of course chili. And we've got onion and we've got pork in it. It's turning into a really good stew here. With the sour taste, it's probably going to be a very special flavour. For those that have never tried sinigang before, it's going to be a sour stew. Okay, so here's our range of vegetables at the moment. While I'm waiting for the pork to boil, wait, those two bits of okra jumped out. While I'm waiting for this pork to boil, I'm going to do these beans, but I probably only need, I don't need the whole pack of beans. So I'm just going to put out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 is enough. I'll save the rest for another day. Hooray, hooray. I want to put some green leafy vegetables in too. So match these up. Cut them about 2 to 3 inches long. So these ones are going to go over in that basket over there and get a good rinse before they go in the, yeah. Okay, so that's a nice good size. Well, I think it's a nice good size. Oh, okay, cut the ends off those. Okay, now I need to wash those beans. Alright, we're going to do a wash here in the sink. There we go. You can't even see what I'm doing, but you can hear it. Washing them in. Right. I was actually meant to put some radish in here, but I found a frozen radish. I tried to get fresh radish today, but the shop didn't have any. So I'm just going to put in half a dozen pieces. This is in the freezer. Half a dozen pieces of radish. That's 2, 3. Wow, frozen radish is really, it really is frozen radish. Okay, that's enough. Put the rest back in the freezer for another day. And the radish, I'm just going to cut into quarters. Yeah, there we go. So, a bit of radish, that was what was on the recipe for this. Wash my board again, get it nice and clean. Now, the only other thing in are my chilies. But before my chilies go in, I want to give my beans a good old washing and wash all these vegetables. So I'm going to pause this video again. Okay, and so make sure that's all washed up and ready to go. Now we're just going to put the chili in. Take the tail off the chili. Again, nice big chunks of chili. Make it a bit spicy, zesty with the chili and the tamarind and the calamansi, and we'll have a really zap your taste buds. Alright, split these down the middle so you get the full flavour of them. My pork still has 15 minutes or so to go before I can add the vegetables. So I'm just going to let all this sit here and wait now. So that's it, 3 chilies and 4 eggplants, 4 tomatoes, 3 tomatoes, and a pack of okra, and 6 lengths of string beans, and a bit of pork, and 1 whole onion. And then we have the juices to add to it, which will really make it set off. Okay, time to pause this video again, and I'm going to go and have a cup of tea while I'm waiting for this to, yeah, I've got 13 minutes now. 13 minutes, okay, cup of tea. Our pork has boiled away, and time is up now. And so now we need to add our vegetables and our tamarind powder. Oh, yeah. So I should have added the radish first because it was frozen, but I'm just going to put all the vegetables in together. The eggplants, tomato. This is bush cooking in the city. Bush cooking in the city. How's that? See, it's the frozen eggplant has stopped it from boiling. Okay. So put put the beans in there. Radish is frozen. Whoa, that's a pretty big stew. There's a lot of vegetables in there. Oh, yeah. Okay, in you go radish, in you go beans, into the hot pot. Okay, you can go in the sink. The last remaining chili on top, just for the added spice. The other thing I've got here is my tamarind powder, 2 calamansis to go in. Alright, put the lid on. Hang on, I have to just need to do this a little bit. Down you go. Oh, I hope this boils down. It will boil down. Alright. Put the lid on. Guess what? Time to go and have another cup of coffee. No, tea. Middle of the night. I'm not going to have a coffee now. Be awake all night. Anyhow, time to go and have another cup of tea. And let this boil again. I'll be back in 15 more minutes, people. Okay, now this is boiled down. And the vegetables look cooked. Alright, so last little bit is actually putting this tamarind in. The calamansi is going to go in first. So we're going to put in two calamansi juice. Okay. There's one. Well, half actually. There's the other half of the calamansi. Calamansi juice is actually really nice in water. You can actually get, it's like refreshing if you get chilled calamansi juice with ice water when you go hiking, kayaking, or outdoor adventure, whatever. So a bit more calamansi. It's amazing. And the bottom half. Oh, calamansi goes in. Okay. Oh, give it a good squeeze in. Okay. Now on top of calamansi juice, actually put in 1.5 teaspoons of tamarind. We'll put another 1.5 teaspoons of tamarind in. It's a pretty big pot. Let's just do the third one. Okay, so that's 1.5 teaspoons of tamarind. I've got a bit of salt here, so I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it. Let's give a little 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Let's hope that's okay. Okay, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Yep, I'm definitely no expert in the kitchen, am I? Alright, now we're going to put Putis fish sauce. Very, very famous brand. So there's one fish sauce or condiment. There's two. So 2 bits of Putis fish sauce. And give that a little bit of a stir. Just mix that up a little bit. Okay, so I just mix that up. Bring our pork up from the bottom. Oh, look at that pork. That's looking delicious. So give it a bit of a stir around in here. Alright. Now I'm just going to let that sit back on the boil again. Put the lid on. Okay, and we will let that boil. And while that boils, I'm just going to wash up, wipe up, clean up my area here. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes and it should be ready to serve. Okay, so there we've come to the end. Look at that. This is Sinigang na Baboy. Sinigang na Baboy. Sinigang and pork. Sour stew, sinigang, and na baboy, pork. So let's try some of this. Okay. A couple of pieces of pork. Get some vegetables here. Tomato, beans, some onions and radish, and some juice. Okay, look at that. Right. Grab a spoon. My spoons over here. Spoons. Got a spoon here. Let's give it a try. Try that. See how it tastes first. Delicious. And try these beans. Yummy. Oh, lovely. Alright, Sinigang now, Baboy. I'm going to leave you now, and I'm going to go and eat it. Enjoy. That's what's cooking, mate.